Hey there, welcome back. It's Lucas Catton. And today I wanted to share something with you that's been on my mind lately about, especially with all the information, misinformation, points, counterpoints, conflicting information, and a lot of back and forth about many different topics. Honestly, there's a lot of things happening right now in our country and in the world and within each of us. There's a lot of tension that we're carrying around. There's a lot of uncertainty. There's a lot of these things that are going on. And my message regarding this is to question everything. Question everything. But not to do so in a cynical way, if you can help it. And cynical means believing that people are motivated by self-interest, distrustful of human sincerity or integrity. So we can question someone's statement or offer or act or information or anything like that without being cynical of them or of it. We can question that and want to know, can you share a little bit more? How did you come to this conclusion? Where did the information come from? What is the intent behind it? Things like that. And it's a thirst for wanting to know more. It's a genuine interest in learning and becoming more informed about whatever it is, whether it be relationships, whether it be laws, whether it be social or health or religious or all these different things. It's questioning the ideological basis of something, because so often we gravitate towards either our own strictly or closely held set of beliefs, and no matter what, we're not willing to entertain that something that we believe could be incorrect, or something that we've been told by a trusted source or authority initially that we automatically assume must be true because it came from him or her or this place or this institution or, whatever, the government, an agency, on all different sides, no matter the topic. That this thing must be true or that we must follow along or that kind of thing. So I think that questioning and having the general intent to be inquiring more about it, and really, especially when it comes to different ideologies, right? Like, whether it's politics or religion or educational stuff or health-related things or justice and social issues and economic stuff and, heritage and affiliation and all these different things that people don't necessarily realize they're acting on something without really finding out more about it. And we're all guilty of it. I definitely am as well. Of course. And that's why it's been on my mind, because I catch myself doing this, especially now in a heated time of so much. Again, what I start off with, information, misinformation, points and counterpoints, and finding out the sources and intents. And I think that a lot of times what happens is that, especially when something is authoritarian, means this person or these people or this group or whatever is trying to enforce something or is trying to insist upon and say, this is it. There is no, a harsher definition of authoritarian is favoring or enforcing strict obedience to authority. There's a lot of people that will take information that's presented to them by, one of their trusted sources or a government agency or anybody else and go, yeah, this has to be true. And then shame other people for having a differing opinion or for potentially investigating more from other sources that may say, hey, I've got other information that can, that you should be considered here too. So as we do this, we keep on then turning against each other. And the lack of questioning of authority and the lack of questioning of these ideologies presents more division, creates more division among us. And it makes more stress. It makes more uncertainty. It's a very contentious environment for a lot of people and places right now. And I think that the more we're willing to open up and potentially consider that there could be some additional information there, maybe something that we have believed for a long time that is actually harming us. It could be false. It could be something that's teaching us to be, to be unkind toward other people. It could be teaching us to be highly critical or judgmental or racist or lots of different things that are negative intentions or emotions or reactions to other people, when what we need to be doing is finding ways to be able to come together more. And by being able to question that, and then being able to question ourselves and our own intent behind things that we do and say and our actions and beliefs, then we can come to a deeper place of understanding within ourselves and with other people. And we can allow for people to have differing views and hopefully be able to share that through like positive discourse. Like, hey, I've got this thing. Here's why I think this. This is where it came from. This is what I believe. This is what I've seen. Somebody else goes, hey, well, that's interesting because this is how I view it. This is what I believe. This is what I've seen or experienced. And this is where those things came from. Then sometimes people can either come together in the middle or go, wow, I never knew that. It came from this source that was wrong or had some other agenda or was trying to, I talk about in a previous thing, talk about fear and control. I did a little blog post, little short article over at lucascatton.com about fear and how it's being used to control us. And there's so much of it going around being afraid of each other when we're all really for real in this together. There's not another human race that we can somehow turn to for help. Like, we're either going to figure this out and help each other and be well, or we're always going to have struggle and strife and difficulty and, war and violence and hatred and all these different things. I'm not saying that we can have a utopian society. There's always going to be things that happen. I'm not disillusioned or I'm not delusional, that is a likely thing that's going to happen. But self-inquiry and a healthy dose of questioning information and intent and people and finding out more. Let's get below the surface. Let's find out a little bit more behind things. And especially when we get to motivations, most of the motivations of most of these people is because if you can dig below the fear and below the other things that are driving them, you find out that it's for self-preservation and because they feel that it's going to be helpful toward their immediate friends and family members. And the goal is to get it further out. Like, how many more people can we have the best intentions for and to find common ground with and to be able to share information with in a non-judgmental way to be able to create a better living for all of us. And I think that healthy questioning is one of the best ways to get there and to be able to view people with a sense of love for humankind and love for all of life first and foremost, and knowing that we're trying to get somewhere else. Even if they have a different set of beliefs, we're trying to bring people together. So I could probably talk about this forever, literally forever, but that's what I would ask you to do, is to start questioning things. Find those things that really charge you up and go, man, I hate it when people do this thing. And find out maybe what are their motivations. Or maybe is there something potentially benign behind part of that, but you have been convinced by someone else that what they're doing is so terrible and unforgivable. And I don't know the answer to that. And maybe some of those things are. I'm not defending anyone either. What I'm trying to do is to help us all get to a place of better understanding of ourselves and each other. So I hope you find this helpful to some degree. If you have liked this particular video or any of the other ones that have been out there that I've shared, if you wouldn't mind, please take a moment and subscribe for new videos that come out. And I would love to be able to share more. And I would love to hear some feedback from you. Comment on the video. Send me a note at lucascatton.com. Check out some podcasts that are coming up. check out some of the blog posts, that kind of thing. I want to be able to connect more with you, and I've recently gotten some, some feedback from some different places, and it's been wonderful. And so I'd love to hear more. Thank you so much, and until next time, take care.